What is good? What is up? It's Jordan or Texans Thoughts here with my boy Quintin Demps, and we are back with another episode of the Believe in Texans podcast. Q, how you doing today, man?
Right. What's up, baby? I'm excited to be back, man. You know what I mean? Get it cracking, man. Talk some ball.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Celebrate that W. You know what I mean?
Football is back, and we started off on the right note, Quintin, with the dub versus the New Orleans Saints in the first week of the preseason, 17-13. You know, a lot of people would argue that maybe the Saints were the overall more talented team, but the Texans showed that, hey, they're a deep team. When those second string guys, third string guys get in there, we weren't letting up. We were playing hard to the whistle, and we wanted to show what we got. So I was very happy to see it. And I think today what we're really going to run through is just kind of our general thoughts on both sides of the ball. We'll give some positives, and then in the end, we'll talk about, I guess, no game is going to be perfect, and what we can see that we want to see to improve on and build on for the regular season, right?
That's right. I think,
Absolutely.
man, this whole season, man, we got to keep in mind, like, this is the Texans' foundation season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rebuilding, and it starts with this team right here, man. We land a foundation for next year's draft. Next year's, hopefully, veteran quarterback. You know what I mean? We just land a foundation. Mm-hmm. So it was good to see them guys fly around, man, and play some ball last night.
Exactly. They looked like they were ready. We'll get some more details here. I just want to say shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to No for being first. We here. Let's go. Timothy's here. Smokey. Murphy.
Hey, them boys in the
building. Was good. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys aren't able to watch the entire show, you can check out the audio version. The link is in the description. Believe in Texans on all your typical audio podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. And of course, right here on YouTube, we even got Nick Casario, the general manager, in the building.
What's up, Nick? That's not Nick, man. That's somebody playing.
Yeah, they love to mess with us. But all right, let's get into it. You want to start on offense or you want to start on defense, Quintin?
Man, I'm a defensive guy, man.
I do.
And you know what stood out, man, about the defense, man? We got turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We got turnovers, man. We made big plays and we played together. I mean, I saw missed tackles a little bit, but for the most part, bro, I was proud of the way we tackled, man, and how we handled adversity, man, for real.
Definitely. The turnovers are going to be something that this team lives or dies by. We were 10th in the league last year, which was a big jump from before when Lovie Smith became the defensive coordinator. And so now with him becoming the head coach, his identity to force the turnovers becomes even more heightened. And so hopefully we can continue that pace of a top 10 ranking. Last night we had, it was one interception and 2 forced fumbles. And you're right, man, the tackling, like, they could have cleaned it up a little bit, but typically tackling in the preseason, like, that's one thing that you're going to work on, right? That's one thing you expect to look a little rough. But what I like to see out of the tackling is those guys were punching for the ball, man. Right. They were really playing the ball. Was that something that you've had defensive coordinators, preach to you, like, go play the ball? Like, is that something every defensive coordinator does, or is it just some?
No, I think what we're seeing, man, because Smith was big for what's the quarterback's name, bro? Charles Tillman, right? Like he was known for the punch, man.
Yeah.
So I think anywhere Lovey goes, he's going to highlight that no matter what, man. So that's what you saw.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's Lovey Smith, really, right? I know as an NFL player, we all taught to turn the ball over, but I think what we saw, man, was Lovey Smith kind of taking his tradition to the Texans, man, for real.
Absolutely. So hopefully they can do it again next year. I believe we were 8th in the amount of fumbles that we forced, but then we were only 27th in the amount of fumbles that we recovered.
Yeah.
So like we were forcing them last year. And so I think this year we could even recover even more.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
So hopefully we can keep that up. We had 3 turnovers on defense forced and 5 sacks as well. That would be kind of the thing that I would want to highlight on defense. Is that some of these defensive linemen, like the depth guys, we didn't get to see the starters and guys like Jerry Hughes and Malik Collins, but the depth guys showed out. They were beaten up against the Saints rookie left tackle, first-round pick Trevor Penning.
Yeah.
Our guy, Ogbonio Okoronkwo, number 45 on the defensive line. That guy's got some juice.
Yes, he does.
He's got juice. His get off.
He's a second-year guy, right? Third-year guy?
Third year. Yep, he's young.
That's right, man. He got some twerk to him, man, for real. Like, for real, some explosiveness, for real.
Yeah, and that's what Lovey wants to preach. Get off the ball fast and attack your gap and get upfield.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
So he showed that I think he can be a good situational pass rusher for us.
Yeah.
Third and long situations, bring him in off the edge, just some fresh legs. That's another thing that Lovey really preaches is that he wants to rotate that D-line and play 8 guys.
That's right.
Not every team wants to do that. But do you
That's
think, have you
guys fresh.
exactly.
Yeah.
They won't usually do that too much in the secondary queue, right? But for the D-line, that's a big benefit, yeah?
Yeah, it's huge for the D-line, man. You can't, especially like those guys want to come out sometimes. They want to go hard, and take a break. Deep, we want to play the whole game.
Yeah.
And so that's good for the D-line for sure. That's smart, man. That's veteran football.
Definitely. So Okoronkwo had a sack and at least 3 or 4 pressures. Another one of his pressures led to a sack by rookie Kurt Heinisch. And then who else led on the D-line? Derek Rivers was another guy. He was, what number is he? I think he's 95. He had 2 sacks. He had the game-sealing sack.
That's right.
Dying seconds. So he showed out as well. And these are our guys that would be your 5th or even 6th string defensive ends. So for them to showcase what they did last night, it shows that our depth at a key position is strong, man. So very good to see about that. And then I think we can't leave the defensive side of the ball without talking about the rookie safety, 2nd-round pick, Jalen Petrie, number 5. What did you see out of him, man?
I like Petrie, man. I think he played really, really solid, man. I think he came downhill, made some tackles. And what I love the most, man, I saw energy. I saw him get excited. You know what I'm saying? I saw him celebrate with his teammates. So I think he's going to be a star for us, man, for real.
I think so too. Yeah, definitely. He definitely brought the vibes up, brought the energy, and especially can you talk about as a defensive back, in the safety, what it means to the team to bring that energy and bring that passion? Because there's a lot of guys that people will compare Petrie to, like Tyrann Mathieu. That's a comparison he gets as well, and that's one of Tyrann's biggest assets to the team as well. So how important really is that for someone on the defense to bring that energy?
Well, on defense, man, the safety is a quarterback, right? Yep. So that guy is very, very important, man. And for me, man, that's like one of the most important things, man, is playing with passion, playing with energy, man. I came in with Brian Dawkins. That's what he's known for, bro. He's bringing swag, he's bringing juice, and he's bringing energy. You know what I mean? So I think that's very, very pivotal, man, for any kind of defense, man, that you got to have a guy that's going to bring energy and swag, man, every down. We had 5 sacks, right?
Yep.
Sacks, okay. So I want to say at least probably 2 of those sacks was covered sacks. We got to get a DB some credit.
Yeah.
Right? Every sack ain't just because you got there, right? Some of the sacks come because the defensive backs are playing really, really good on the back end. There's nowhere to throw the ball. I'm saying throw the timing off. So I want to credit the defensive backs, man. I like number 1, man. We talk about 5.
Yes.
1 showed out, bro. Number 1 showed out. He's a rookie, isn't he?
He's young, but he's not a rookie.
Right.
Yeah, he was with us last year. Tremont Smith, number 1. He had an interception off a tip. So just good tip drill, good instincts, getting to the ball. And then a pass breakup as well to prevent a touchdown in the end zone.
That's right.
And so he showed the cover skills. And again, he's going to be like our 3rd, maybe even 4th cornerback on the outside there. So we're not expecting this guy to start, but he's showing he gets the opportunity. He's balling out.
Yeah.
And then the other thing about Smith is he's also our kick and punt returner. He can do that too. He took back the first opening kickoff, got a solid around to the past the 25, which is all you really want to do at this point. And then he had a good 15-yard punt return as well. So I like Tremont Smith as well. I'd say our 3 stars on the defense right there are really Tremont Smith, I would say Ogboni Okoronkwo, and then Jalen Petrie. I did want to touch on him a bit more. You said that, you talked about the energy that he brings. I think he really is going to grow into that leader on the defense, especially vocally. Yeah. That's what a lot of people said in camp is they hear him communicating like a veteran, man.
Right. That's right.
It's crazy to see. And we know Derek Stingley's a little bit more of a quiet killer. So if Petrie can step up into that role, that's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
And I liked how they played him. They played him deep. So he's a strong safety, but they played him deep in their cover 2 looks. And they also brought him down to the box. Yeah. When they brought him down to the box and he's acting as another linebacker, man.
Well, that's the strength right there, man. He's a box safety that can cover a little bit. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
You got to bring him down, man. You got to play him to his strength.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So I'm excited to see more of that. He had 5 solo tackles and 1 tackle for loss as well. And he really only played maybe 3 drives or something. So this man was just all over the field, just flying and teleporting to the ball, really. He would come off your screen and in towards the ball like that, man. It was crazy. Yeah. Hey, Jerome, my guy, always here with the $7. I appreciate it. He says Damian Pierce is RB1. That is all. That's a perfect transition. I actually, you know what? We're going to transition the offense, but someone's got a question for you, Q. Smokey254 McKenzie in the YouTube chat says, Demps, you missed being on the field?
Bro, I really, really miss putting on that royal blue, man, running out in NRG Stadium, man, playing some football. I do miss it. Like watching the games now, man, I miss the game a lot. I miss being around the fellas, man, celebrating. I miss how loud it used to get on 3rd and 3,
Yeah.
3rd and 6, man. So yeah, to answer your question, Smokey, I do miss it. I do miss it, bro.
God damn, gotta bring you back. Gotta bring J. Joe back. All the
Yeah,
guys, man.
yeah, for real, for real.
That would be fun. That would be fun. But Jerome, thank you for the donation once again. And I think this is a perfect transition to the offensive side of the ball. We talked about the defense. We were happy with the turnovers, the sacks, with the defensive backs, with Petrie and Smith. What are you thinking about the offense? What were your positive takeaways this game, Q?
Man, I might stir somebody's pot here, but I
Oh, no.
like Driscoll. I
Oh, Q. Oh, God.
I kind of like Driscoll, and I don't know, Mills. No,
Damn. Okay. I know where you're coming from, but
yeah,
Mills didn't get to show that much. Like
that's
they
right.
really
Yeah,
babied him.
right. That's right. Driscoll probably had more reps for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. But that's good. I mean, it's good to have competition like that right now. And but I think but yeah, man. Who what's the name stood out too? Camp stood out. He played really
Jalen
well.
Camp.
Of
Yep.
course,
Wide receiver.
I think I agree with you, Jerome. Pierce could be RB1 for real. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, we can't just leave this Driscoll take right here. We gotta go more on that. Q.
Gotta be positive.
What
Positive.
did you like out of him? What did you see? What he was throwing deep, like he had some nice
Yeah.
deep connections. Like
Yeah,
he
and
did get in the end zone. Like
yeah.
what's up?
It just seemed like he was aggressive. Like
Okay. Yep.
at some point, man, this season we can't just be, check down or on 30 and 8, you throwing it for 5 yards. You got to chunk the ball, man. This is 2022, man. Pat Mahomes and that boy in Buffalo got the quarterbacks throwing the ball down the field. And that's how you're gonna win nowadays, man. You got to throw the ball down the field. That's what I saw with Driscoll, man. Like just like throw it, bro. Throw the ball. Throw the ball.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. And
Yes.
that has been something that people have been seeing in training camp as well, is that Mills, he looks like a good like field general, can game manage the offense, can
Right.
hit the underneath stuff, be accurate in that sense. But you'd like to see him let it rip deep more often.
Right.
Offenses need explosive plays. They can't nickel and dime their way. No, not every team and quarterback is Tom Brady and the Patriots, right? You can't just nickel and dime your way down the field all the time. You need the explosive plays. And what I'm hoping to turn this into a bit of an optimistic thing with Davis Mills, I'm hoping that, if you give him an entire game, the game script will open up for him and they'll start to get to those play action shots that they gave to Jeff Driscoll.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta see some more reps from Miles.
Exactly.
He was still like Driscoll threw a couple picks, but he didn't go in the tank, bro. He came back.
Yeah.
Kept fighting, bro. That's gonna be a big part of the game too, man. Learning how to fight adversity early.
Yeah, definitely. Mills he had the two drives and they were both 3 and outs.
Yep.
But the passes that he got to throw, he finished 3 for 3, but it was 2 screens that were both behind the line of scrimmage. And then the last one was just 3rd and long. He just dumped off the out route to the sideline just to not get sacked and live to fight another day, pump the ball. Yeah, so he was really put into bad situations. And I think, I totally like Driscoll ended up making more throws in that game. I don't think you're wrong to say that, but I guess we just want to see a bigger sample size.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
just some more reps.
Yeah, I like the competition.
Yeah, competition's great. Competition's great. You want more guys back there. We were missing our second string quarterback, Kyle Allen, because he was out due to COVID. And so maybe Driscoll will give Allen a run for his money for that backup position.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. But you mentioned another name, Jalen Camp. He was definitely one of the 3 stars on offense, I would say.
Yeah.
Number 17, the wide receiver. I believe he's a rookie. He's a big guy. He's 6'2", about 215.
Yeah.
He had that touchdown catch on the fade route in the end zone, which was very nice.
It was.
And then he had I think it was like a 49-yard catch at the end of the game. It was the final drive, and he had that 49-yard catch to get us over midfield and set us up. So if he can showcase something, man, like get these young guys, these young weapons on the Texans team, because he's like one of those guys that's on the roster bubble and he's not guaranteed to make this team.
Yep.
But we need weapons to support whoever's playing at quarterback.
Yeah, that's right.
We definitely do. We know we got Brandon Cooks. We know we got Nico Collins. But after that, the rest of the guys are pretty unproven and nothing's really locked and set in stone. So Jalen Camp made him some money tonight. Another wide receiver I liked was Chris Moore, number 15. Yeah. He didn't make anything too flashy, but he showed his strong hands, man. He caught everything that went his way. He caught 2 in traffic, and he had that one deep ball that he caught it. I think it was a little bit out of bounds, and they called him for OPI, man. But whew, he showed off some things, man. I liked it.
Yeah, I like him too, man. He's about 6'3" too, ain't he? He's pretty big, right?
He's on the taller side. Yeah, for sure. So we need that size because Cooks is a smaller guy. Cooks is like 5'10", but he's shifty. Yeah.
How many sacks did we give up?
I think we only gave up 1, if I read that correctly.
That's a positive sign too.
We forced 5. Yeah, the pass protection was good, and that's the last star I'll get to an offense. But thank you, Jerry No, for the $10. We appreciate your donation and your support as always. Also a member of the Texans Thoughts team. I appreciate you, man. He says Pierce RB1 and better pass blocker than heck. This actually transitions perfectly into one of the stars. I think what's underrated from this game is our rookie 6th-round pick, Austin Deculus, out of LSU. He was played right tackle for us, came in, I believe he's number 76. I could be wrong on that, though, so don't quote me. And he was really, really good in pass protection. I liked what I saw, so maybe he can be our swing tackle of the future. And I thought he was better than Charlie Heck, so we'll see about that.
Right.
And then, we touched on Pierce a little bit, but I feel like we haven't given him his due because this dude had a day. This dude had a day, man. He came right in there like the first team offense with Marlon Mack, got nothing going on the ground. And as soon as Pierce comes in, it's like the offense got rejuvenated with a shot of adrenaline, man.
Right. That's right.
He brought the energy.
Hard, bro.
Yeah, he ran hard. Like he was constantly running over defenders, adding yards after contact, and just really being, I felt that he was like the heart and soul of the offense. Like he gave them life. It was kind of dead before, and he gave them life. So he finished with 5 rushes for 49 yards, 9.8 yards per carry. I mean, that's just unheard of. 10 yards a pop, Q. 10 yards a pop.
Pop, that's right.
all the other running backs only averaged 2 yards per carry. So it shows the differential in talent that he has compared to the other guys. And, Marlon Mack didn't get to show too much. Rex Burkhead, they held out. But I think Dameon Pierce has the talent to be RB1. Do you think they're going to start him week 1, though, Q?
Well, hey, we can't just the first preseason game, all right?
Yep.
Me included on the whole Driscoll thing, right? Scale back a little bit, right? So I think we'll know more, man, these next 2 games. No more these next 2 games for real. Especially the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's see how he responds. He had a great day. It looked like, a lot of the times with rookies, you want to see, like, is the game too fast for them or do they look like they belong? And he looked like he belonged. He looked like the most athletic guy out there when he first came onto the field. And so that's what I was happy to see. He looked comfortable. The game didn't look too fast for him. Let's see him do it again in preseason.
That's right. We got
absolutely.
You got to be consistent, man.
Got to be consistent. I do think, if I were to bet on who would be the RB1, I think they would probably give it to Marlon Mack, the veteran, because he's more proven. Sure. And, I guess you can talk to this pretty well, Q, is like, it would be tough for Lovie Smith to hand the starting job to a rookie compared to a vet, right? There's like locker room politics that go on with that, team chemistry. Like how do you see that as a player?
Right now, Mac didn't lose the job.
Yeah.
He just didn't like stamp it and solidify it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything, man, he's what Pierce did was say, man, I want some reps. Like I want a couple carries in the game. I want a couple plays made for me. He didn't take Mac's spot.
No, not yet.
What he did was like he said, "Man, look, I'm here too. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah,
Mac, you better come on with it every week or something happen." You know what I'm saying? So I think for sure Mac will be a day 1 starter, right? Yeah. He's not gonna lose a job. You know what I mean, so he just got to come on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, they'll be a running back by committee. Like I don't think Marlon Mack is going to be the workhorse back per se, but he will be the starter for a while and I think this is what I was kind of curious to hear what you think. Like if you're a veteran in the league, you paid your dues and you have another veteran have the starting job, but then you see this rookie like emerging. And let's say Pierce has another good preseason week 2, another good preseason week 3. Let's say he continues this nice play into the regular season. At what point do you as a player be like, hey coach, like, hey, look at this guy, like he's balling out. You know what I mean? Would you ever kind of make that push to the coaching staff?
Man, at that position, it's it's kind of hit or miss. Like you said, it's by committee. Like
right.
That's like assuming Mac's going to have no good games. He's going to have some good games too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard at that position to really like change or do a lot because any given day, man, anybody can go off. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
one of those things, man. Like who do we trust? Who can block the most? You know what I mean? Who blocks better, right? So it's stuff like that more so than anything. You know
there are a lot of variables to consider in terms of running back.
Yeah.
a lot more to their job, pass protection, pass receptions.
Yeah.
And Pierce did get targeted one time in the passing game, and he got I thought he got hit from behind maybe a bit early, but it is what it is. He didn't catch the ball. They ended up picking it off. But on that interception, if you go back and watch the interception that Jeff Driscoll threw to Dameon Pierce when he was checking it down over the middle of the field, you just watch Pierce the entire time, and he chases down the guy who caught the ball like 40 yards.
Sure.
Oh my God. He showed the energy, he showed the hustle. That's what you want to see out of your rookies. And I think that between Pierce and Petrie, two guys that are bringing the energy to this team and rejuvenating, a Houston Texans team that is going through this rebuild. So I was really happy to see that.
That's right. Yeah, and again, like you give Pierce a package, a goal line package or something like that. Give the whole, the whole key. So
definitely,
I think he's earned that. He's earned some carries for sure.
He's earned some more, and I like the goal line idea, Q, because he's a bigger back. Like he's got some bulk to him. We saw it last night. Like Toast says it here. Like get you a man that'll fight you. Like Pierce runs over defenders, man. Like Pierce was running guys over. He was dropping the shoulder. Like that one run where he made it to the edge and he dropped that left shoulder and just trucked the defender to add an extra 2-3 yards. Like that's what I want to see every play, man.
Right. That's right.
Exciting stuff. So we talked about the offense. We talked about the defense. Anyone else I wanted to kind of mention before we get out of here? And then we'll talk about the negatives. One guy I want to talk about on the defense that I forgot about was linebacker Blake Cashman. He was number 53. He tied for the team lead in tackles with 7. He also had a tackle for loss and a pass breakup. So he just showed that, like, if you give him the chance, man, he can be a productive ball player for the defense, for the linebackers. And I think he should get that last linebacker spot. He's at a good camp, and I think they will take probably 6, maybe 7 linebackers. How many do they usually take?
Probably usually 8, right?
8. Okay.
6 to 8. Last time I checked. I've been out for a little while, man. So
okay, so he should definitely make the team then. I was really excited when I saw about Blake Cashman. But other than that, let's go over. We talked about the positives, Q. At the end of the day, it's preseason ball. And what would you kind of like to see that the Texans were able to work on going in the future?
Yeah, I want to see more from Mills, man. Again, like I said, it's the first game, man. So the reps stuff like that, man. But just keeping the deep ball off of us, you know what I mean, on the defensive side, and just eliminate negative plays from the offense, especially on the first play of the game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good point. I think with Mills, like there was so much hype around him in the offseason. And so when he didn't really get to show anything and he was kind of handicapped for these 2 drives, like it was a little bit underwhelming. But hopefully they can get him to attack deep. Hopefully they can unlock that, because I know that's what Pep Hamilton wants to do. He wants to have an explosive offense. He wants to run the ball, set up the play action, and then take the shot deep. Right? And so hopefully we can see that more. I think the only thing I would also add on is just penalties. We had 11 for over 100 yards. 11's kind of a lot. It is preseason. It's early, so you'd expect that. You'd expect the missed tackles to get cleaned up a little bit. But other than that, it was a pretty solid and good overall game, Q.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Like you said, with the penalties, man, it's a young team, so we got to really eliminate those things, man, and come out, man, and know that it's NFL football. You know what I mean? You can't be sloppy. You cannot be
sloppy. Yeah.
The game, man, especially in November, December when it's cold outside, stuff like that, man. So we got to be more disciplined in that. Sure.
Yeah. The talent differential between teams is already so low. You really can't afford to shoot yourself in the foot at all.
That's right. No free yardage, man, for real.
No free yardage. Absolutely.
11 is too much. It's way too much.
What was happening too much?
No, penalties. 11 is too much.
Oh, yeah. They will. So next week we're traveling to LA to play the Los Angeles Rams.
Super Bowl champs, huh?
Yeah, it'll be a good test for us. I believe they just won their first preseason game, so both teams undefeated. And yeah, it'll be a good test. I believe it's on Friday this time, not Saturday. So just adjust your schedules. What are you hoping to see out of this next game, Q? And what would your prediction be, win or loss?
I want to see how we respond to first things first, to traveling. We traveled there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we responded to traveling. I want to see that same energy from 5 and the guys who stood out. And I want to see the penalties die down for sure.
Okay, absolutely.
I respond to playing a really, really good team.
Really
team, man. You know what I mean? So
it'll be a good way to judge how where our team is at in terms of the rebuild.
Yep.
If we can hang with them, if we can beat them, that would be a great sign.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely. And I'm with you. I want to see more from Mills for sure in terms of I hope they give him more drives. Like he really only had 2 drives.
They will.
And
Yeah, they will have to.
Each game it'll be a step up from the previous one.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure how they're doing it now with just 3 games, right? It's only 3 games. Yeah, but I know. So the second one should be big. Like they should probably play a whole quarter for sure.
At least a quarter, and then the third one maybe 2-3 quarters, if not the whole.
Possibly. Yeah. I don't know if the third one's for the young boys anymore. It's the last one, so it could be for
That's true. That's
true. They might play to the half this next game. That's how it should be.
Yeah. Get them in game shape.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Good team.
Yes, sir. All right. Do you guys have any questions in the chat? We'll finish it off with the questions. I'm going to have to do our ad read that I'm always late on, but thank you to our partners at Bet Online. Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, and events with first-to-market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league, including Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. BetOnline continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to BetOnline today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, get your questions in right now, and then we're going to be out of here in probably 5-10 minutes. H-Town Sports 96 with the first question today. He says, early impressions of the secondary. Q, the master of the secondary. Early general impressions. What you got?
We got a safety. We do have a good safety. I want to see the cornerback Derek, right? I want to see. Is he going to play this week?
We haven't heard yet. We haven't heard.
Okay. Well, I mean, overall, I can't just cap it this one game. You know, I think we saw our star stand out. I think Five's going to be a star. So let's just take that, go into the next game, and see how we go from there.
Definitely. Building off that, I would say like just the depth in general. Like we said, Tremont Smith looked good as well.
Yeah,
so I'm happy that we have, if we think about our starting defense, we'll have Derek Stingley and we'll have Steven Nelson on the outside for the cornerbacks. You'll have probably Tavier Thomas or Desmond King in the nickel. Your safeties will be Petrie and Jonathan Owens. Jonathan Owens looked decent as well last night, number 36. He forced a fumble. So I like that out of him. And then so Tremont Smith being your third or maybe your fourth corner as well, that's good stuff for us. Q, can you speak to like how much it helps to have depth in the secondary? Like, is that a big asset to you?
Yeah, that's always huge. That's always not just the secondary, the whole team, because NFL it's a long season. So, injury happens, man, and guys lose their job, and so next man up, man. So it's always important to have depth.
Yeah, and I think the coaching staff is definitely really happy to see Smith, number one, the cornerback, ball out, because especially that can kind of give them more leeway to be patient with Derek Stingley and make sure he's 100% back to healthy. Like if Smith can play as a starter next to Steven Nelson, then that's great. We can take as much time as we need for Stingley to get healthy.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I like that.
Right.
Okay, Alex, with the next question, he says he came late, but what were your reactions towards the late round picks? I guess there was one rookie that we didn't talk about was Thomas Booker, defensive tackle out of Stanford. I can't remember what his number is now, but he had a tackle for loss and he had a sack as well. So I thought he had a good night. Those guys, you really just want to see if the game is not too fast for them, if they look like they belong, if they're not making too many like mental mistakes. And I thought they did that. So I thought Booker was good. I thought Austin Deculus was good as well. And I guess you would count Pierce as a late round pick as well. Pierce was definitely the standout.
Yeah, yes, he was.
Absolutely. Jordan, have you heard anything on timeline on KG? Oh, Kenyon Green. So yeah, we were missing both of our first round picks tonight in Stingley and Kenyon Green. Have not heard anything on him. So just for the people that don't know, Kenyon Green, the left guard out of Texas A&M, we drafted him 15th overall. He had a surgery on his knee after the collegiate season, and he's been recovering from that. And kind of when he got to camp, he was kind of working himself into game shape. He was still a little bit of he had some college weight on him. That's okay. That's to be expected. But now he's kind of had a little bit of a setback in his injury process. And so Lovie Smith said he'll be out for some time, but he'll be back this season. So it won't be a season-ending injury, but he will be out for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to pronounce that dude's name. Tegan Quintiriano.
Yeah.
I believe it was our 5th or 6th round pick tight end out of Oregon State this year. He did not play, if I remember correctly. So no thoughts on him.
Yeah, I don't think he played.
No. Okay. Nush with another question, and we'll be on up out of here. He says, question for Jordan Q. Would you keep or cut Eric Murray? Do you know Eric Murray, number 23, safety? I didn't really get to see a whole lot of him. I didn't think he was that great. But do you remember him?
Briefly, I think.
Yeah.
What he's doing on special teams. It depends on if he's putting his work in, if he's valuable in that. Before I just say I'd cut him.
Yeah, I think it's tough with him because, he was brought here a few years ago under the Bill O'Brien regime, given a bit of a bigger contract than he was always a career backup, and he was kind of paid like a starter. And so I think a lot of the fans have starter impact expectations, but he's really played more like a backup.
Yeah.
They reworked his contract just this offseason, so I kind of wouldn't expect them to cut him based off of that.
Yeah.
So he'll probably be the fourth if they take 5 safeties. How many? You usually take 4 or 5, huh? Safeties?
Yeah, 4 to 5. 4 to 5. Yeah, 4 to 5.
Absolutely.
Fifth guy has to be a special team guy.
Yeah.
Like, he has to be. So I'm not sure what they're gonna do with Murray, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did cut him.
For sure. Okay, last one here now. H-Town Sports 96 says, who are some sleepers to make the 53-man roster? Honestly, the guys we ran through today, in terms of Blake Cashman, I think he's definitely secured his spots. I think between either Jalen Camp or Johnny Johnson, he was the other wide receiver that showed out. He had that touchdown catch to win the game. He had that catch where he spun at least 72 times to get some yak.
That's right.
So between one of those 2 wide receivers, one of those guys should make it.
Yeah.
And then maybe on the D line, there was a guy I liked, one of our rookies who was undrafted, Damian Daniels, number 93 out of Nebraska. I thought he made some good plays just in terms of run defense, just in terms of getting off the ball fast, penetrating his gap, and forcing the run to be cut back. So there's some good things. There's some sleepers for you. All right, Q. You got any final thoughts before we head up out of here?
Nah, man, I'm looking forward to next week, man. I think next huge for us as a team, as a unit, as a defense, offense, and special team, man, to see where we're at, man, and get ready for the season.
Definitely. We got to see if they can keep the foot on the gas pedal and how we mark up versus the defending champs. I'm excited for him, man. Q, thank you for joining me. Always good talking with you. Everyone in the chat, appreciate you guys. Check out the full show on Believe in Texans at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. We're also on Sirius XM now as well, if that's your go-to station. Appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe on YouTube. Come back next week, and peace out.
All right, bro. I'll let you.
Peace.